Smiles Television Talk Show. When you come back. Welcome to Smiles Television Talk Show. I'm your host, Stephanie Anthony Miles, and thank you for tuning in again. We have another great broadcast for you. As I told you, we're highlighting the candidates for office from the city of East St. Louis, Illinois right now, but there may be other cities who want to come on, and you can come on Smiles too. I am honored to be here today with Mr. Courtney Hoffman II. Yes, he's seeking election for the office of mayor. And we're going to talk with him and get a little insights into why he wants to be the mayor of East St. Louis, Illinois. Mr. Hoffman has a wealth of background. As a matter of fact, he was born and raised in East St. Louis. He's owned and operated 10 businesses. He's done just a host of things, and you're going to get a chance to meet him today. Remember that Jesus Christ was born of a virgin. He was crucified and buried, and he rose on the third day. Confess with your mouth that he is Lord, and believe it in your heart that God has raised him from the dead. And the scriptures teach that thou shalt be saved. Keep smiling and don't turn away from this channel. We'll be right back. Oh, you caught me reading my Monitor newspaper again. I try to read my Monitor newspaper as often as I can because the Monitor newspaper in East St. Louis, Illinois keeps us abreast of activities going on in our families, with our friends in the state, the country, and even the world. We support the Monitor because they've been in business since 1963. They know the newspaper business. Support the Monitor newspaper right here in East St. Louis, Illinois. Now let me get back to reading my Monitor newspaper.
Let Hiles Productions help you with your production needs. Commercials, weddings, music video, or events. Need your book or play converted for the big screen? Hiles Productions can help. For more information, please visit our website www.hilesofproductions.com or give us a call for a free consultation.
Watch
Join
Smiles
the video revolution
every Monday at 11:30 a.m. on Charter Cable Channel 191 and on Charter Cable Channel 984 at 8 o'clock p.m. Support Smiles Television Talk Show. You can go to gofundme.com/SmilesTV777. We need your help. If you're interested in being a guest or you just want to talk to us, call us at 618-741-3770. Welcome back to Smiles. I'm sitting here with Mr. Courtney Hoffman II, and he's running for mayor for the city of East St. Louis, Illinois. As we told you, we are highlighting the candidates who are running for office, and the election is April 7th, 2015, and we need you to get out and vote. This is an opportunity to showcase our candidates. The staff at Smiles and I are not taking sides in this right now. We are simply trying to let you know who the people are who are running for office. And I'm sitting here with Courtney Hoffman II. He was born and raised in East St. Louis, Illinois. He has owned property, 10 businesses. He runs a real estate. He's been a real estate broker for 17 years, and he has a host of information that I'm going to let him share with you.
Okay.
Thank you, Courtney.
It was a pleasure for allowing me.
For allowing you.
You know, come on this show, yeah.
You know, it's been great meeting you,
okay.
And I thank you for taking time because the citizens do need to hear and see the faces of the people who want to represent them. Right. And we're honored that you have granted us this visit.
Oh, no, I thank you because I was wondering which medias I can use to reach the people, and so this is a great opportunity for me to do so. And I thank you for offering it to me.
Well, you know what, Courtney, we don't have a whole lot of time, so we're going to kind of jump right in. But I want you to just start off, give us a little background on yourself and tell us and lead into, if you will, why you want to be the mayor of East St. Louis, Illinois.
Well, I was born and raised in East St. Louis, Illinois. I went to Edgemont Elementary, then King, then graduated from Eastside. From there, I was maybe 17 and a half years old. I got into real estate. I have my bachelor's degree in business, and I'm working on my master's now. I'm a real estate broker, certified general appraiser, a claim adjuster, a stockbroker. I've traded over $200 million in the stock market personally. I've owned multiple businesses in the city of East St. Louis. So one of the main reasons why I'm running for mayor is I'm actually like this here, city of East St. Louis. If you Google East St. Louis, this is the image that you see. And to sum it all up, this is a clear image of what you see of East St. Louis. Then you have so many derelict buildings downtown and throughout the city, and it's not much opportunity. So as mayor, my issue or my goal was to clear this up. And because simply I'm tired. I'm tired like most other people. They're tired, and I'm really, really tired. And
well, let me ask you this, and dealing with the crime rate, crime is high all over the country. And so it's not just East St. Louis, and I really hate it when people say how bad we are, because I live right here in the community. But dealing with the crime rate, how do you propose to help curb that?
Okay, basically my approach to crime is totally different than, I have a different way of viewing a lot of issues. With the crime itself, I believe in a more direct approach. I would not only be the mayor of the young or the old, the church, but also the felons and the criminals. And I believe that people commit more crime when they have less opportunity and less opportunities and less job, less means of taking care of their family. So my approach would be direct. I would provide resources and opportunities for them, the young as well as the criminal, to kind of curb that, the crime rate, and basically providing opportunity is one of the key ways of reducing the crime.
One of the things that you showed us earlier were pictures of derelict buildings. What do you think about code enforcement?
You know what? At this very point in time, I really don't have the confidence in that department right now, because if I did, or if that department was doing a good job, we wouldn't have buildings like this in our central business district. So one of my things as mayor is to clean that department up and enforce the rules and regulations, and immediately tear down all those structures in our city business district.
Recently, the Casino Queen, which is a major funding source for the city of East St. Louis, recently they've been faced with layoffs and dwindling resources. What do you think your administration will do to deal with that? And can you elaborate on that, if you will?
Okay, with the casinos are what's that? A beast of a different animal, or whatever how that saying goes. But with the Casino Queen, you have the Illinois side and Missouri side. They're on the same plan level, but when Illinois being a real strict community or set of government, set of rules, they put Illinois casinos at a disadvantage. In Missouri, you can smoke, so that puts you have more clients or customers willing to go to Missouri, and at the same time, people are able to drink longer. So if you make the Illinois casinos more comparable, maybe providing them a longer time to sell alcohol, maybe, because that in Missouri at 2:30 is the last call for alcohol, but everyone's able to go home. But I know as they clear out around that time, but if the Casino Queen has more hours, people will come, have a reason to come from another city into East St. Louis, and I believe that would generate more revenue. But we need to provide any resources that we can to make sure that that casino does well, because they represent pretty much half our budget. I mean, over half of our budget.
While we're down in that area, dealing with the riverfront area where the Casino Queen is, what are your thoughts about a riverfront, or do you have any plans for that area?
Well, I believe within the next 4 years that we will have some promising development in this riverfront area. What at this point, I don't know, but it's interesting that being in office for the current administration been in office for so long, or the machine has controlled the city for so long, that we do not own our riverfront. It's owned by private individuals, organizations, but East St. Louis don't own anything down there. So it's making it hard for East St. Louis to actively develop the property which they don't own.
What can you do to entice new businesses to come in, and what is your thoughts about new businesses in the city of East St. Louis?
Okay, that's my major focus, business. East St. Louis is one of the most anti-business communities that you can ever come across. For an example, if you go downtown Collinsville Avenue, you see not gas meters, but parking meters. But we have a limited number of businesses down there. And with that limited number of businesses, why would you install parking meters there? Okay, and another issue, just say if you go and purchase something from a store and they don't give you a receipt, you can go to the Regulatory Affairs Office. They will go to the business, fine them. How many fines do you believe you can take before you end up losing your license? So it's just not a business-friendly community. But as mayor of East St. Louis, that would be my prime goal, is to bring as many businesses into the city of East St. Louis, to create as many jobs as possible, with using the individuals that's within East St. Louis, and not going outside hoping and praying that some Walmart or someone come down. If we want Stephanie Miles to build her studio downtown on Collinsville Avenue or downtown in Central Business District, if we need to build it ourselves and give it to you, then that's the thing that needs to be done, need to happen. If someone wanted to put a Rowley's in and get the franchise, if it's up to us, the city, to build it and give it to the individual that's capable of running. We need to take major steps in a different way to bring businesses into the community, and not depend on the outside, but bring people take care of the people from within it to bring us or service or supply the demand that we have in the community.
You know, our youth are very important. And a lot of times you hear individuals saying that they are going to go off and maybe not want to come back home. What can you do to entice the youth to have more hope in the city?
Well, you know, I said before, East St. Louis is a community that it's not much opportunities, especially for the youth. Under my administration, I have actually at 17 and a half years old, when I first got into real estate, my very first deal, I got $18,164 back at 17 and a half years old. I knew from that point what I wanted to do in the future. Because if I can do one deal and make $17,164, I was on something. So as mayor, I would create that exact system that I used in order to get that amount of money to help other young people achieve the same thing. And all they need is something to replace what they're currently experiencing. If there are opportunities out there where they can create money or create wealth for themselves, I think that will curve or provide hope for them as well.
What are some of the ideas that you might have in terms of overgrown grass in the area, or keeping our land clean? You know, there have been reports where people come in and buy property, and they actually live out of town.
Right.
So how can you assure or even give us hope that you can make sure that those people are taking care of the property that is owned?
You know, I believe that those people that own those properties has been waiting on me. And they've been waiting on me to get in office because, one, I can get rid of them. One, if their property, they banking on some development to come to East St. Louis. And at this point in time, we've been down so long, it's time for that development to happen. And my administration would focus solely on development. That development would actually change would increase the values of the city. And not only that, would get rid of the people that's buying the land, because, one, they're buying it to actually sell. And at the same time, and with development, we're looking to acquire that property that's, so we can do our development. So one, and if there is any obstacles in the way, put the force on them.
I want you to do this. I want you to take time and look into the camera, because the camera, that's our audience. They're watching, and these are your voters. Tell them tell us, because I'm a resident of East St. Louis, and I, like I said, I'm not decided for whom I'm going to vote. Tell us why we should vote for you.
Okay, basically, the reason you should vote for me is one, we know what the last 8 years look like. The machine has controlled the city for so long. It's been family after family after family. We need a change. We need someone that's going to focus on development in the community, creating jobs for the young as well as the old. We need someone that can come and clean the city up and provide opportunity, business opportunities as well as job opportunities to all. And I'm the best candidate for that. We know what the last 8 years look like under the candidates that's running. So I know for a fact that I'm the best choice between the two.
You know what, and I don't want to cut you short. I want to make sure that we touch bases on everything that's in your heart to share. Can you think of anything that we might have missed that you want to make sure that our residents have an opportunity to hear?
What I want like for you to know is that within the first 12 months of my administration, I would clean up the downtown area. I would demolish or have demolished all of the dirt buildings down there. I have plans to put a movie theater, a bowling alley, a show me's, a wing stop, a indoor go-kart track, and those are things that I'm looking to do. I'm looking to make East St. Louis a community where you can stay within East St. Louis for everything that you need, and to make it family friendly and business friendly for all the stakeholders of East St. Louis.
Mr. Hoffman, I'm just so grateful that you came to Smiles Television Talk Show, and I wish we had more time. I'm going to invite you to come back. And I do ask all of my guests, because we're on camera, when you come back again.
Yes, I will.
Okay, you saw that. He said he'll be back. And I want to thank you again.
Okay, thank you.
And I don't want you to go anywhere. I want you to remember, voting is important. We're giving you an opportunity to view those individuals who want to represent us. This was Mr. Courtney Hoffman II. Pray about everything, and remember, your vote counts. One vote, and we're going to talk with Miss Zelphia Otis coming up, because we're going to just share with you the importance from our heart and why we think you need to get out and vote for the candidate of your choice. But one vote, and she told me this, one vote can make a world of difference. Don't go away. I want you to help me in thanking Courtney Hoffman II, who's running for mayor for the city of East St. Louis. And stay tuned for more Smiles. We're going to come back with an internationally well-known jazz singer who's from East St. Louis, Illinois, who lives in East St. Louis, and she wants your support in terms of just getting out and vote. Stay tuned for more Smiles. We'll be right back. Monday at 11:30 a.m. on Charter Cable Channel 191 and on Charter Cable Channel 984 at 8 o'clock p.m. Support Smiles Television Talk Show. You can go to GoFundMe.com/SmilesTV777. Right now, I want you to help me in welcoming Zelphia Otis. I'm going to read something from the St. Louis American that they had written about her. And it says, she's adored from East Boogie to the Far East as a vocalist, lyricist, band leader, producer, and teacher. And if you go on down in the article, they even say that she designs wardrobes and just does all kinds of things. Thank you, Zelphia.
It's a pleasure to be here.
I'm just so honored and grateful that you took time. And I have to tell you this. I called her at the last minute, and she said, sure. So I'm just really honored that you came out and decided to join us today. You know what? Considering all you've done, all the places that you've been, you still live in East St. Louis, Illinois. You love our community, yes, and you want our people to vote.
Yes, I do. I want each and every resident who is eligible for voting to come out this season and vote in our local communities, not just East St. Louis, but Centerville and Cahokia. I have a great interest in those communities as well. it's really important that we reach the hip-hop community this time. We're looking to get people who are ages 21 through 40 registered to vote, out there asking questions and making a difference. And the only reason I'm here is to entice them to come out. Challenge the candidates that are on the tickets locally. Make sure that your interest is being viewed,
right.
And make sure you're represented when we put people in office. That's the purpose.
And you know what? I think it's important that our audience realize that we're not supporting on this broadcast any candidate. We're trying to provide a platform so the citizens can have an opportunity to see who they are. I understand that there's a voters registration drive coming up.
Yes, and we've been inspired by your show and the fact that you're going to be helping the local politicians to present their platforms on your show. So just as a tailgate to that, on February 21st at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we're going to have a voter registration drive and a Q&A party at one of my places, 618 Studio at 809 St. Louis Avenue in East St. Louis.
And you know what, our audience also needs to know that now this broadcast is taped, of course, and if you happen to watch this and that date has already passed, there are some early voting dates as well.
Yes, that's most important, Stephanie, because as you said, many people won't make our event. One, because of it's in the recording studio environment that we're trying to reach the hip hop generation. So maybe some older voters who want to get registered won't be coming to that facility, but they can always go to the county clerk's office on the third floor in Belleville. They're going to start early voter registration on March 28th, and it's going to run through April 4th.
Okay.
Then there will be some temporary sites, VFW in Cahokia. Also, Centerville Township will be holding temporary early voting. And those dates will be March 28th and 29th only, from noon until 5 p.m. at those sites.
You know, Zelphia, you've been all over the world, and you understand, and you have a wealth of knowledge and information that you could share. But help our viewers, and especially the hip-hop age group, and not just them, but from all ages, express from your heart, if you will, the importance of voting, why their vote matters, and things of that nature.
Well, I look at change. People constantly complain about the conditions in our local communities, but the only way that we're going to change things is that we as a community do it. We elect one person to take one position to serve the greater of us. Well, we got to get out there and vote, and not just, on election day. That's one thing. But we got to follow up and make sure that they follow through on whatever commitment that it was that they made to bring us to elect them. It's so important. I look at the conditions of East St. Louis. I've seen it in its heyday, and a highlighted heyday, mind you. And then I see it now. And it's I see a lot of the decay is due to people who don't come out and vote, people who don't take a stand, people who are not making a change. And, when you exercise your voting rights, it really changes your overall attitude about your community. You start to do things that you hadn't done before. You will be concerned about who's living next door to you. And
what do you say to the person who says, well, my vote doesn't matter. One vote, what difference could that make? Oh,
it matters. But I also want you to know when you don't vote, you're voting for anything.
That's right.
Lack of a vote is a vote in and of itself. You're just going for anything. So don't complain. I tell people, vote up or shut up.
That's pretty good. And you know what, before you go, I'm going to ask you to sing
a different type.
You know what, I started off by telling people that you've been all over the world and that you've made this your home. But you tell us, why are you still here?
Well,
And you know what, and I don't say that to say that you shouldn't be, because I live in East St. Louis. I love my community. I love the people. And so I know I'm here because I love my community. But what are your hopes of
I came back because there were so many great people, and still are. So many great, talented minds in this city who have impacted my life. made me ambitious enough to travel the world. And I think East St. Louis is a special place for that because of all that had been given to me by special teachers, clergy people. I worked in New Salem District and was a part of New Salem for all of my life. And just that fellowship is something I know I owe it back. And you got to give it back.
I've said that you've been all over the world and that you're singing. Tell them a little bit about your background. She's very humble, but you need to hear just a little bit about Zelphia Otis. Go ahead.
Well, I don't know where to start, except I've spent the last 25 years or so basically concentrating on my music. And I've been blessed enough and have been guided by smart people, Leo Cheers. Many people encouraged me along the way. But I started going overseas, and I've traveled and worked, sang, taught English, piano, entertained in over 31 countries across this world. And it's amazing to me, and I think I was more compelled by the response that I got from people out there in the international community. Everybody knows about East St. Louis. Everybody knows. They think that great minds come from this place. So I was so inspired by that. Every time I'm out there, they say, where you're from? And I remember when I first started doing that, I would say St. Louis. And then one of my friends who was from Compton, California, East Compton, he says, I don't say I'm from L.A., I say I'm from East Compton. And I said, you have a point there. I'm from East St. Louis. That's something to be proud of.
You know what I want to do? I want to invite you back again. And
Okay.
I ask all of my guests because we're on camera and I can go and prove that you said you will or won't come back. Will you come back?
I will be back.
Okay, because we're going to have to cut this one short. As you said, get out and vote. Support your community. We're here. We love our city. Vote on April 7th. And stay tuned for Smiles during the next couple of weeks, because we plan to highlight the candidates for office so you can get a chance to see for whom you're voting. I want to thank you. I want to thank Mayor Parks for being on our show. I want to thank Mr. Courtney Hoffman. And we are just so pleased that to have Zelphia Otis to share with us. Watch Smiles Television Talk Show every Monday at 11:30 a.m. on Charter Cable Channel 191, and again at 8 o'clock p.m. on Charter Cable Channel 984. We need your support. We want to upgrade. We are trying to expand and reach more territory. You can GoFundMe. That's right, GoFundMe.com/SmilesTV777. Keep smiling. You look better when you smile, and remember, only what you do for Christ will last.